Hi there, welcome to Jamaica Magazine. So glad to have you on another informative half-hour journey. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. On the pages today, we're exploring matters important to your well-being and the country's development. Please sit back and relax. It all unfolds after this important message.
I wonder who that somebody be. No, sir. Let me look for my glasses. Oh, that somebody look like right, sir.
It's Lottie, walk on.
Me glad for see you, right. Although things never go on for you, America, me glad say you there.
Yes.
Lift your head high.
Yes.
Stay out of trouble.
Yes.
And you can have a fresh start back home.
All right, Mr. D. Thanks, you hear?
Let's all work together for a fresh start back home.
This message is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Monday, July 7, 2025. The official opening ceremony for the 49th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM got underway on Sunday at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James. Our reporter Jabertha Atkinson was on location and filed a report.
The conference is being held under the theme People, Partnerships and Prosperity, and it is being hosted by Jamaica as the country through Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness assumed the chairmanship of CARICOM on July 1. During the opening ceremony, Dr. Holness emphasized that tackling organized crime would be a top priority during his tenure as CARICOM chair.
We must dismantle the influence of gangs in our communities, disrupt their financing, and cut off access to weapons. It will not be solved by short-term measures. It will require significant investment. There needs to be joint, coordinated action from the regional level.
In addition to crime, Dr. Holness also underscored Jamaica's commitment to Haiti, which continues to face a severe humanitarian crisis.
We cannot be true to our principles in CARICOM if we do not redouble our efforts in the international community to garner support for the mission in Haiti. We cannot leave our brothers and sisters in Haiti at the mercy of gangs.
For JIS News, I am Jabertha Atkinson.
The new chairman of CARICOM is also urging member states of the Caribbean community to stand unified in their commitment to achieving people-centered development and strategic partnerships. As developing countries with varying challenges, Dr. Holness says we can no longer rely on the expectation that exceptions will be made from global partners and that cases will be treated with deference and favor.
But I think that as we enter upon the new order which seems to be emerging in the world, that we must be strategic. We must strengthen our institutions. We must take responsibility for our own destiny, because that is the only way we're going to only really get it if we really want it.
Referencing core areas for strengthening, Dr. Holness asserts that building the capacity of human development must be at the center of integration. Other areas include access to decent work, opportunities for youth, climate protection, and food security. In relation to partnership, Dr. Holness is insisting that CARICOM taps into underexplored territories.
Global progress is built on networks of trust. We need stronger ties within CARICOM and with strategic global partners in Africa, North and South America, Europe, Asia, the Pacific, and the Middle East. The resources in CARICOM are sufficient for us to provide for the needs of our people. Guyana with energy and land, Suriname with energy and land, Trinidad, Jamaica with incredible human resources. What has stopped us for these many years?
The chair of CARICOM emphasizes further that the global uncertainty in trade is ushering in an opportunity for the community to get it right. Dr. Holness says actions to be taken must be inclusive, sustainable and resilient. Also coming out of the CARICOM conference, Justice Winston Anderson has officially been sworn in as the new president of the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ. The ceremony took place at the Joel Grand Montego Bay Resort and Spa in St. James. Justice Anderson becomes the fourth president of the CCJ, succeeding Justice Adrian Saunders. During the ceremony, CARICOM's chair, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, lauded Justice Anderson's distinguished legal career and his contributions to Caribbean jurisprudence.
You bring to this presidency a wealth of experience, including being the founding chairman of the court's educational arm, now known as the CCJ Academy for Law. Over the years, you have contributed significantly to the development of both the original and appellate jurisdictions, authoring key judgments that have strengthened the rule of law across the region. Your scholarly and judicial work continues to shape regional jurisprudence and inspire the next generation of Caribbean legal minds.
In his address, Justice Anderson emphasized the importance of investing in the region's youth and legal education.
My experience as a law lecturer taught me that graduates of the Faculty of Law and of any one of our 3 law schools are amongst the brightest legal minds anywhere in the world. Their presence in our community affirms that our most brilliant young citizens need not look beyond our shores for opportunity to excel in nation building or in living a good life. There is a Caribbean dream if we dare to conceive it and to pursue it.
Approximately 48 countries are participating in the CARICOM conference from regions such as the Caribbean, Latin America and Europe. The conference ends on Tuesday. In the meantime, Interpol is looking to establish greater collaboration with CARICOM in the fight against transnational organized crime. The General Secretary of Interpol says partnerships are being forged with agencies and institutions in the region to strengthen border security and disrupt criminal networks. He was speaking during a briefing with the chair of CARICOM, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, and his delegation on Sunday. His Excellency says through an agreement signed recently with the IDB, security forces and resources will be pooled together to form a new modus operandi in the form of a joint task force.
We operate in Buenos Aires and in El Salvador with 2 regional bureaus that we have, and also in Barbados through our liaison officer to CARICOM Impacts. So we will leverage from our presence in the region to support the countries from the Caribbean and beyond in the fight against organized crime.
Prime Minister Holness underscored CARICOM's commitment to partnering in this area, particularly in regard to institutional building.
We welcome you and we look forward to the conversations and dialogue which will take place in the days to come.
In other news, government has delivered on its promise to begin work on the Western Resilience Water Project. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness broke ground on Friday for the launch and commencement of Phase 1 of the highly anticipated project, which has a total cost of $425 million or 67.5 billion Jamaican dollars. Phase 1 is valued at over $176 million or approximately 28 billion Jamaican dollars. It will involve the upgrading of transmission mains and pipeline improvement works aimed at addressing water supply deficiencies in the northwestern part of the island. The region is currently supplied by 5 primary water treatment plants: Roaring River, Logwood, Great River, Martha Brae and Bogue, and is supported by a limited network of smaller facilities. These systems are interconnected by major transmission mains, but they suffer from aging infrastructure and reduced capacity. Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, says the project will address these issues, as well as that of leaking pipes along the corridor.
We'll no longer be pumping water into the ground from leaking pipes going into Montego Bay. There will be less pressure on Great River. Now, there'll be less pressure on Great River to pump easterly. But we also acknowledge that the pipelines going into the west end of Negril, all the way from Great River, are also old. We will also be changing the transmission mains fully and totally from Lucy to the west end of Negril. There will be repairs and some replacements from the Great River Treatment Plant itself into Lucy.
The project will be done in 4 phases, and Phase 2 will see significant increases in capacity and improvements in the quality of water production with the construction of 2 new water treatment plants. And finally, the Ministry of Agriculture is ramping up support for young small ruminant farmers through the provision of goat houses. This is part of efforts to reduce Jamaica's reliance on imported mutton. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says the initiative, set to launch later this year, will see youth farmers receiving goats and proper housing infrastructure to support more sustainable and profitable livestock rearing.
We want to see more of our small ruminant farmers move from just having their goats out grazing and to having them in houses where they bring the food to them so they can get quicker growth, they can get better returns on their investment, and ultimately we can deal with food security.
Minister Green was addressing the recent staging of the Jamaica Agricultural Society JAS show in Westmoreland. And that's it for JAS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
An open secret to living long and healthy lives is to prevent or delay illness and disease. Engaging in healthy lifestyle choices can help us do this.
As non-communicable diseases, NCDs, like cardiovascular conditions, diabetes, cancer, and chronic respiratory illnesses continue to rise, adopting healthier lifestyle choices has never been more important. These diseases are often linked to lifestyle factors such as diet, physical activity, and mental well-being. Non-communicable disease coordinator for the Western Regional Health Authority, Dr. Marcia Johnson, helps us to understand the practical ways of reducing the risk of getting NCDs. As she explains, there are 4 core habits that can help individuals reduce the risk of NCDs: maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular physical activity, limiting alcohol consumption, and quitting smoking.
Physical activity and regular exercise in particular is very important in reducing our risk for non-communicable disease. It strengthens the heart, it helps to control blood sugar and lowers blood pressure. It has great benefits for managing your weight, and obesity is also a very strong risk factor for some of these diseases. And so we encourage persons to engage in physical activity. Start small, but be consistent. In addition, rest, very, very important. Being able to manage stress, also very important, and having good relationships with others.
When it comes to diet, there are some basic things to keep in mind.
Reduce salt, reduce sugar, reduce fats. Increase fruits and vegetables, increase your fiber, and watch the portion sizes, because sometimes even when you are eating what seems to be the healthy things, you are consuming too much of one thing at one time. So we have to also watch the portion sizes. Drink lots of water, and I think if we lean more towards a plant-based diet, having our whole grains, our peas and legumes, then we are on the better road for good nutrition.
Mental health is often overlooked when discussing physical health, but one cannot be achieved without the other.
And we are seeing mental health issues emerge more and more each day. It happens with our patients, the healthcare providers, the family caregivers. It affects everybody. And so in order to manage stress, Some of the things that we can do is learning how to prioritize, learning how to be more organized for efficiency, staying connected with loved ones, taking breaks when you need. We have to get sufficient rest. Some people do deep breathing exercises that is helpful in just calming you in the moment when the stress is on and the crisis comes. Just take deep breaths. Prayer works, or meditation for some persons. That is also very useful. But the truth is, we have to learn how to balance. And one of the hardest things is to be able to say no. We have to learn how to say no and when to say no, because there are some things that just have to be put aside in order for us to cope with what is happening. And guess what? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you find that you are not managing, it's okay to ask for help.
Another key aspect of managing health is regular screenings.
The Ministry of Health has launched this Know Your Number campaign, and it continues to bear fruit. We want persons to at least know your blood pressure status, your blood sugar, your body mass index, or we call BMI, which is the ratio of your weight to your height. And we also want you to do your blood cholesterol checks. But in addition, we want women to ensure that they have a pap smear done, they have a breast examination and or mammogram done, and for our men to do their prostate check.
By staying on top of these basic screenings, individuals can catch potential health issues early and to take proactive steps toward prevention.
We have to start out by setting realistic goals. Setting realistic goals, finding a way to track the progress. We have to find a support system. We can't do this thing alone. So whether it is a colleague, a family member, or just a friend, get somebody else to be along with you. Aim for progress and not perfection. And listen, if you fail or if you fall down, don't stay down. Start again. Non-communicable disease is a real thing, and we're seeing it happening in younger persons. We're seeing cancers occurring in younger persons. But the way to reduce our risk is by engaging primarily in 4 healthy habits: eating healthy, increasing our physical activity, avoiding alcohol, and quit smoking. And in addition, the rest, relaxation, recreation, and prayer will help us along the way.
Adopting healthier habits is not just about preventing illness, it's about creating a sustainable, fulfilling life.
Just because some of us came through the hurricane with our roofs doesn't mean we're all in good shape.
We are now in the hurricane season, so as we stay prepared, here is some important information to help you prepare for whatever storm blows your way.
Please go out and check your roofs, because what I saw in St. Elizabeth tells me that even the best looking roofs are not altogether sound. Please check on your nails that hold down the sheeting. Please check on the lats that hold the sheeting and the lats to the rafters. Please check on your wall plates. Check on your windows for vibrations and stability. Check the roof for vibrations and stability. That is a quick stopgap check and firm up everything, but with screws, not nails. Nails tend to split wood, and create a gap where you could have had Mandel. Go on your rooftops now.
For Jamaica to become wealthy, more local businesses must export and earn more from goods and services we produce. Take a look now at how the Trade Board Limited, through its 4E strategy, is supporting this goal to achieve increased local exports.
The Trade Board Limited TBL, through its 4E strategy, is improving the ease of exporting with its best-in-class services.
Our mission is to efficiently support Jamaica's economic development by contributing to an enabling ecosystem for trade growth and development, increase local and foreign investment, and sustain job creation through the provisions of relevant trade-related information, the issuance and regulation of trade license, and certification.
Engaging in cross-border trade has the benefits of increasing companies' income from sales and reducing the unit costs of production. Companies engaged in export trade also gain new knowledge, experience, insights, and opportunities.
So at the Trade Board, we develop what we describe as our 4E strategy for supporting the growth of exports.
This strategy involves educating, enabling, expediting, and evaluating.
The Jamaica Trade Information Portal, JTIP, is one of the primary tools through which the Trade Board Limited provides information and education to traders via the internet. It provides a one-stop portal through which businesses wishing to engage in cross-border trade involving Jamaica can obtain all the relevant information they need. The JTIP includes information on trade laws, regulations, standard procedures, guidelines, tariff fees, taxes, and the details of trade agreements, etc.
Recent expansions to the portal include presenting content also in Spanish and French. An Export Academy offers customized training for entities or individuals to enhance their trading know-how.
It's not like you have to matriculate to get into a university or anything like that. What it really is that we have developed an instrument where we capture from the potential exporter what exactly they want to do. Based on how they fill out that questionnaires, we know where the critical knowledge gap is. Right? And what we do, we send that information to them automatically. Right? And then we have a number of quizzes and so on, and follow-ups that take place.
The Export Academy is a free online service provided by the TBL. The Trade Board is also engaged with providing market intelligence and trade compliance information through its enhanced website, which will become accessible at the end of July 2023.
Jamaican businesses who register with the Trade Board Limited will be able to go online and identify the best target markets for their products and services, access doing business guides, collect relevant market information about any country or industry of interest. It will also help to find new opportunities worldwide.
As an enabling entity, the Trade Board guides manufacturers and exporters in their conformance to the various trade criteria. Exporters also get contact details of potential interested parties, market experts, and relevant trade organizations in importing countries. There's also hand-holding through the trade process and access to tools like duty calculators and a currency converter. In support of its strategy to expedite, the TBL is employing various approaches to reduce the time it takes to do business. Efficiency, reliability, and speed are enhanced through up-to-date technology that modernizes trade and digitizes all its processes.
One of the recent reforms to enhance export is the electronic certificate of origin. We have developed and introduced a digital version of the product analysis form, which has significantly sped up the process of product analysis, application, and assessment for compliance with the criteria of the respective agreements. We commit that within 1 working day or 8 hours, you will get your export license. Certificate of origin, also within the 8-hour period. Letters of origin, 8-hour period, etc., etc. And these commitments are made public, so our exporter knows what to expect in terms of turnaround time, and they can plan their business accordingly.
The fourth strategy of the Trade Board is to evaluate by continuously reviewing operational efficiency and effectiveness. The entity is also regularly assessing and responding to changing trade context domestically, regionally, and internationally.
Are you an entrepreneur producing an excellent Jamaican product or service? Did you know you can earn hard currency and more significant returns by exporting? Contact the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to help propel your business along the export lane.
Everything you can produce, the Jamaicans overseas want it. We're not going to get rich by just bringing down the debt. We're going to get rich by exporting a lot more. So grow exports, create job opportunities, drive economic growth through exports to make Jamaica a richer and much more prosperous country.
Living in a systematic adjudication area, it's time to secure what's yours. The National Land Agency is distributing titles under its systematic land registration program. Persons in St. Elizabeth and Manchester, visit the Junction Guest House in St. Elizabeth to collect your title. In St. Catherine, we're coming to you house to house. To collect your title, bring your government-issued photo ID. If someone is collecting on your behalf, they should bring a JP certified letter and their government-issued photo ID. For more information, call 876-750-5263 or visit nla.gov.jm. One agency, one goal, committed to serve you better.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today. But please join us again tomorrow on this station for more news, features, and information you can use to live, work, raise families, do business, and of course, retire in paradise. In the meantime, visit our website, jis.gov.jm for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Till next time, take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.